Hi, I'm Doyle, and I'm a gold and silver investor, an author, publisher, and I'm also the team leader of the world's only gold and silver wholesale buyers club. And I've recently written a brand new book called The Definitive Guide to Storing Gold and Silver, and I'm really excited about this new book. This is a comprehensive review that gives you everything from A to Z for storing physical gold and silver, for people who have only a small amount of gold and silver to people who are looking for a true global diversified strategy for doing that. So in one of these chapters in the book, I talk about using decoys as part of an effective precious metals storage plan, and that's what this video is about. It's like an excerpt from the book, a chapter, and I'm going to review the strategy of using decoys as just a smart part of your comprehensive precious metals storage plan, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. So to outsmart a thief, sometimes you have to think like a thief. And here's the idea, kind of get your mindset in that if you're a thief, most of them, they're in a hurry. They want to get in, they want to find the loot as fast as they can, and they want to get out as soon as they can without getting caught. So that's what they're thinking, and that's what you kind of need to kind of get in the mindset and think like that so you can come up with a great storage plan. So if they are already thinking that way, why not make it easy for them? The way to do it is with decoys. I'm not talking about the mallard decoys that you see right there, but it's the same idea of that. So here's what we say. Let's say that you have the majority of your gold and silver stored in a real secure area somewhere else around your home or your property, right? But you know that, and you know where your stash is, but the thieves don't know that. So if the thieves come in and they can't find anything, sometimes they'll keep looking and looking and looking until they find something. So here's the idea. Here's the way to do it. And God forbid if you happen to be there when the thieves came in, you don't want to be in a situation like that. So another reason these decoys can come in handy. What's a decoy? Well, decoy is a cheap safe is what it is. So here's what we recommend. Go to a discount store, Walmart, Target, Kmart, what have you, and find the cheapest, smallest, crummiest, cheesiest safe or safes that you can. All right, ones that can easily be picked up and carried off, that don't attach down to anything. And you get these safes and you put them in a pretty obvious place where they can be found without too much effort. Place like maybe the master bedroom or closet, or if you have a study or something, the most obvious place that a thief would think to look in your home. Okay, and next you need to put something in the decoy in the safe to make the thief think that he found all of your loot. Okay, so the key here is you put in there, it depends on how much means you have. If you live in a $10 million home, then you want to put a lot more in that safe than if you live in a much more modest home like that. So it's all relative, but you should put probably some cash in there. Some people would put gold and silver in there. I've actually talked to one person that ordered some just fake gold and silver coins on the internet and put those in his safe. Some people just put pennies and nickels and dimes in there so they can shake it and feel like there's something in it, and they think that might be gold and silver or just a lot of money or whatever. But just something that would give them like, okay, we got it. This is let's get the heck out of here. So the bad guys think they found your stash. They should be happy, and hopefully they'll leave, which is what we want them to do. They'll hopefully take the path of least resistance, and if they feel like they got lucky and found your stash in a pretty short period of time, they may be content with that safe and get the heck out of here and move on to the next option. And that's exactly what we want them to do. That's the idea with the decoy. So you can look at this as a form of insurance, that you're willing to give up a small amount that happens to be in that little cheap decoy safe in order to protect your larger holdings that are hidden in a much wiser, smarter part of your home, yard, office, wherever. So it's a smart thing to do, and it's a wise strategy for your overall gold and silver storage plan. A lot of people don't talk about this, but it is a smart option to do. So That's just one chapter in my book that you'll find out. And again, there's lots and lots and lots of ideas and suggestions of ways to hide the gold and silver. And in most of the chapters at the end, there's like pros and cons about, here's the idea, here's the upside, here's the downside. And I kind of walk through and kind of help you think through these strategies, because everybody comes from a different life situation. Everybody lives in different types of situations and has different things going on. The important thing is storing gold and silver. One, it's important from an economic standpoint. So if our world, or if or when our world turns upside down, if you physically have gold and silver you can put your hands on, that is a real smart position to be in. On the other hand, storing it is a very serious business, because if you make one mistake, if you do one thing wrong, you could lose everything. Everything. And some people would never be able to recover from that. So here's the idea. If you just get one idea from this book, one idea that could make the difference between success or failure in storing your metals, then how good of a deal is that? So here's what I've done. I've put together a website, buysilveratcost.com/videos. I've made some other videos of some other chapters within the book, and I put them on the site for you to view totally free. I didn't do all of the chapters. You'll need to get the book to find all the information, but some of the information is on there, and I think you'll find it interesting and helpful and a blessing to you. So if you'd like to pick up the book, that would be great. You can just hop over to Amazon and pick it up right now. The link is at the bottom of the video, and below the video is a hyperlink that'll take you there, or just simply go to Amazon.com, type in the name of the book, and it'll pop right up. I just published this book a couple weeks ago. I started out with a low price, ridiculously low price, and I do plan on raising that up. So if you plan on buying the book, you may want to get it sooner than later before the price goes up. But I think it's got to be one of the best investments you will ever make. The information for the little bit of money is like ridiculous. And here's the idea. If you read this book and you just get one idea, one good idea, that helps you make a wiser decision, a safer decision for your family, safer decision for your metals, how valuable is that? How important is that? It could make a gigantic difference. So that's why I encourage you to get the book. So lastly, below the video, you'll see some information that kind of looks like this. Not exactly, but close. The first link, the blue hyperlink that you'll see, the one where the red arrow on the left is pointing to, is the link that you would click to go to Amazon to buy the book. If you want more information about the book and more information about gold and silver in general, the red arrow on the right that says click here to find out more information goes to my personal blog site, and you'll find tons of information on that. And then lastly, at the bottom, that buysilveratcost.com/videos is a site where you can go to watch some more of these videos. So hey, I really want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it helpful, and hope you find it a blessing to you and your precious metals investing. And who knows, using the decoy method could possibly be the best thing that you've ever done. So thanks again. This is Doyle Schuler, and I hope that sometime in the future our paths may cross. All the best. Thank you very much.